to the stage.
Always fuck up. Hi, it's LJ from Drift and Dive Press. We hope that those approved, starting from my side going down, name and
I'm Mel, I'm Mike, and I sell t-shirts.
My name is Anthony, and I play guitar, stage left.
My name is Jordan, and I scream and play bass.
My name is Kevin, and I do vocals.
My name is Chris, and I play guitar most of the time.
Sometimes.
Alright, so you guys do drive yourselves.
Yes.
Yeah, drive yourselves crazy.
You got a lot of long calls on this tour too.
Yeah.
What is the weirdest thing you've seen on the side of the road?
The side of the road
I got hit by a tractor trailer tire once.
when you were driving. Yeah, that did happen.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's things you've seen on the side of the road or just the signs on the side of the road. Like on this drive, I think it was, I don't know if it was here the other day, passing by Boner Springs.
Oh yeah.
Like the sign saying Boner Springs.
Actually, what's really funny is we'll be driving by these massive fields of cows, and Chris will be driving, he'll just wave to the cows and say, "See you at McDonald's." That's actually really, really funny to me. So that's that.
Yeah, we don't really see too much craziness.
Half the time we're sleeping on the drive.
Yeah.
But regardless, you usually end up in places like Walmart and Taco Bell at 3 a.m. What is your favorite 3 a.m. tour memory?
3 a.m. tour.
I got a pretty good one. When we toured with a band called Thoughts in Reverse, and we had a Walmart party, and their bassist John decided to tear down one of the trees in the parking lot, and when the security guard came out and started yelling at him, he pretended that he didn't see the tree that was in between the two. I forgot about that. It's breaking the trees! What trees? It is the tree in between the two of them.
I think for the most part, anything that is considered our favorite memory past 3 a.m., we probably don't remember anyway.
Yeah.
Anything at 3 a.m. is funny. I'll say my favorite was actually a couple weeks ago on this tour. We went to Walmart and got ham and cheese and sandwiches. I don't know what you're at. Basically, when we blasted, that movie Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg. We were listening to Stand Up and Shout. We were blasting out in the Walmart parking lot, eating ham and cheese sandwiches. So I think someone told us, and Kevin just told them to shut up too.
So technically rather uneventful, because you would think that if we're doing something at 3 a.m. in the morning, that it's a lot more, within the realm of what you think a rock star does. But us, it's just ham and cheese sandwiches, and this guy getting the fuck off the couch. That's what it is.
Shot. You can get in the shot if you feel like.
No pro.
He's like,
I thought you were leaving. Wait. I guess so.
That's perfect.
There you go. I don't remember what. All right.
You're done with the question. Okay, so we probably ended up in a lot of shady places on tour.
absolutely.
Has there ever been a city or a situation where you die?
Yes, absolutely. Many of them. Chicago, yeah, our trailer tire literally just combusted on our drive to Chicago, and we ended up having to stop at we ended up finding, I think we say at Planet Fitness a lot, and I think we ended up just making it to Planet Fitness because we didn't want to stop at the side of the road or at a gas station or anything like that. But that was pretty sketchy.
We drove through Chicago on a rim for at least a good 20 minutes.
Yeah, so we're in a
and that was just
really bad neighborhood, so we had no choice to be like, you can be here and possibly get jumped, or we could drive 20 minutes on a rim. And I was like, let's drive on a rim.
We ended up making it. We've been through shadier areas. That was definitely one of the more shadier experiences.
When you do die, what do you want your When you do die, what do you want your
Funeral.
He wants the Superman theme to go. No, I want the quiet things that no one ever knows by Brand New.
That's a good one. I want Toot Le Monde by Megadeth.
That's great.
Yeah.
Chris.
Silence.
This one's silence. Definitely silence.
I would have Youth Gone Wild by Skid Row.
I would have the entire soundtrack to Interstellar played.
I would literally make everyone cry.
Just play the whole. Yeah, that's actually really good.
Everyone would just.
That's actually a fucking kill shot of an opinion.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome.
Have you ever accidentally injured a fan?
Injured a fan? I have actually. Yes. Unfortunately, I felt terrible about it. But on the Brunnemann tour, we played in Atlanta, and a fuck ton of kids. And I just got on the stage, and then it wasn't a railing, but it was basically the equivalent. And I got on there to stand, and I don't know what the hell happened. I came down with the mic right on the girl's head. Spent the rest of the night apologizing, and she didn't even get that fucking badly hurt. So she took it as a way to get every fucken piece of merchant flyers and all that shit that she ever wanted. She's like, I want you to sign this and that, and she had nothing wrong with her. It's just I felt terrible because it came down the way that it came. So, and obviously she's like a 14-year-old, so obviously she's luckily nothing worse than that.
I'm trying to remember the venue. I remember the situation.
That was at the Masquerade.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I forgot. Oh, man. That's a secret. So that happened.
Have you ever had any stalkers?
Stalkers, we have tons. Yeah, we have tons.
Any specific
We
situations?
don't have any like.
Well,
shady-
maybe we should talk about the specific one just in case they watch this and they're like,
Yeah, we have some fans that like, it starts off, it's always usually on Facebook, and it starts off as funny stuff, and then like, we'll have a fan that like seems like he's a fan of the band, and then all of a sudden we start realizing that they're saying shitty stuff, like they're a hater, and then we realize this person has like a split personality, and literally we'll go, one day they'll be a fan, one day they're being a hater, and we roll and roll and roll into a thing where we're just like, we should all block this person because it's starting to get kind of weird. And then one person decided to be the one person that didn't block it because they're a curious cat. And then we realize this person's putting out posts that are basically homicide. We're like, fuck, you know, things like that get kind of weird.
Yeah.
But other than that, stuff that's so weird we don't want to talk about it because we don't want it to become, like they said, literally a thing.
Fortunately for me, I just have all these girls that want to talk to me, so that's cool. I don't mind the person. So.
You get a lot of nudes and
That is true.
You are
We
single.
don't, I am very single.
Does
Anybody's
any of you
watching
have
this?
girlfriend?
I have a girlfriend. Teresa.
My girlfriend Kate. Chris has his 2 dogs that he's in love with.
Not
what?
Chris is single too.
I know. I love you more.
Since I'm the single one.
Tell me a story that will mildly get this guy in trouble.
Absolutely not. Why would I ever say that?
Let's just say there's no stories. So I don't know what kind of stories you think there
Like
are.
I could make something up. Ooh, there's an ant on it. Anyway,
I want my girlfriend knowing about that.
I mean, I sleep with Kevin and Anthony pretty much all tour. We share
And
a
he's
bunk.
pretty much a girl.
Yeah, so like they'll wake up and Kevin's blind as a bat, so my makeup will be running in the morning, and he's like, "Whoa,
What did I do last
He's like, wait, did you drug me?" No, but there's been no situation. Honestly, there hasn't been any situations like that. There's been situations where I text them, say, "Hey, you need to leave the band so I can have it," and then I realized Chris was like sleeping in the bottom bunk. I'm like, "Oh,
Mike's really lucky in one specific situation in this band where girls are gonna dig us regardless of the fact that we have girlfriends, and they're gonna. Some girls just don't care if we have girlfriends, and they make those advances anyway. I mean, all our shit is public for the women that we date for the most part. But when those girls want to come and just basically make it an issue that they get in our personal space like that, it's very often that we just find a way to easily wingman that situation directly to him, and those girls are almost 9 times out of 10 completely about it. And so he basically gets all the attention of any girls that are also coming to him, but also coming to us that we just obviously don't want to deal with.
That being said, too, not even on a girl situation, it's cool. The reason I think this band and myself are so successful is because I'm almost like a buffer with the fans, because it's like I'm so interactive and I talk to all of them, so they come and want to hang out. I have people come and it's like, "Oh, I came to see you," and I'm like, "That's cool, but the band's playing." Like, "Yeah, but we came to see you." So like I can talk to them and like, because sometimes they're not always accessible, so I'll talk to them and kind of like make them feel like they're a part of it, because they are as much a part of the band as like we are.
Well, Mike obviously sells our t-shirts, but he's grown to be much cooler than how other bands that have merch guys that basically are just a person standing there making a transaction with fans. He's like become, and it was intended for us to make him his own personality and its own mascot that was within the band. Something that he might be able to independently do some cool stuff on his own someday. He was always going to be tied to us, and like he's explaining, when we're not always accessible, he's like that buffer, like he's like that thread in between those times when we're not at the table, we're busy doing other things, or we're just having that moment to ourselves, or discussing something. That he's always there with the fans all the time.
He's definitely a negotiator. And when we were in sitting listening to him, just trying to convince people to buy merch.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it worked very well.
Do you have any crazy ex-girlfriend stories?
Probably something we shouldn't talk about. I mean, Mike, do you have any crazy ex-girlfriend stories? Oh, you certainly do. What am I talking
The
about?
reason Malibu Mike exists is because my ex-girlfriend cheated on me and has a kid with the guy she's with now. Then I had sex with her anyway while she's engaged. So this is where I can't wait for it. There it is.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a fucking tooth. That's all it is.
Oh, God.
And our band empowered him to be that kind of person. He was sent over the edge. Well, not for you, but when he was sent over the edge on that whole situation, that gave birth to who Malibu Mike is. And we took the time to basically get in his head to the kind of person that, not to be anything he didn't want to be, that he wasn't, but to be the person that he does want to be, that he was too afraid to be. We opened his door by being in this band. We took the key, threw it out, kicked the door, and said, "Go be yourself."
That's true. It's like there's a lot of you get so many fans. They're like, oh, like how do you guys do this? I'm so scared to do that. I was that person when I was 18, 19. I knew what I wanted to be. I wanted to be what I am now, but I just was like, oh well, people are gonna laugh. I used to wear Ed Hardy because I thought it was cool, and then I'm like, Goodwill is cool. Like this is everything on my body is like $10. So what he said, they showed me the way, I guess, to just not care and do whatever I want to do.
Before a set, who is the most difficult person to find and where is he usually found?
Most difficult person to find before a set?
Well, I think it's considering that actually us three paint up and he doesn't. He normally is just off, kind of just like edging out his.
I'm always off before the set.
Because we're always together.
Vibing out in my own head. Because a lot of times I'll walk on separately from the band, but I'm getting in my own head. Obviously, if I'm being up in the front, a lot of times I have to get inside my own space to perform in the way that I want to perform with the crowd. I can't just be up there doing normal stuff like that. I don't have an instrument. I could be thinking about a million things. I have a lot of social anxiety that I deal with before the stage. So I'm off in my own personal mousetrap, just zoning the fuck out so that I can get on stage and do what I need to do for fans.
At band practice, who is most likely to eat out the entire kitchen?
At band practice, who's most likely to eat out the entire kitchen? Chris. Chris is a fucking weed whacker. It's awesome. Just with food, just cutting down and
Endless
just swallowing.
busy.
Yeah, I like to eat.
Chris likes his breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If he doesn't have it, then
Chris
watch
eats
out.
CC's for breakfast.
That's what I had.
That's what he had this morning.
That's what he had this morning. He had 3 salads, like 3 pizzas for breakfast.
At the same time, Chris too, because band practice mostly at Chris's house, and he'll prepare all this food for all of us. He's an amazing host. If you ever stay with Chris, if you ever marry Chris, he's gonna make you a lot of food. So,
You heard it from Malibu Mike himself.
Chris's Russian mail order bride is going to be very happy.
Has there ever been a song that was too serious for you to bring to the studio?
Too serious for us to bring to a
Or
studio?
too personal?
Hell, not to me. There's some really personal songs on the record, but some really deep shit that comes out in 2 days.
depending on
And
when this is released.
Well,
yeah, this will be
Not
released after that, but it comes out on April 1st.
Right now, we're waiting 2 days for our record to be out.
Did you purposely make it on April Fools?
No, I mean, the label made the decision when they wanted to drop the record, so we had to annoyingly kind of deal with that whole, like, oh, it's on April 1st. Also with our fans that are, like, super hardcore fans, they know that we're super trolls. We play jokes all the time on our fans, so they are clearly going to think that's going to be it. But it's not.
There's too much hype at this point.
Yeah.
I think everyone can kind of
April
pre-orders
1st, that
it already
record
happened.
comes out. So,
Speaking of jokes, what is the best or any institution worst door prank you ever pulled or been a victim to?
I know in one of my old bands, I had a prank war going, and we went to Petco, got a bunch of crickets, like at least 6 boxes of crickets, and then when they played their set, we laced all their merch in their merch table with all the crickets, so that when they got off their set, they went to open up shirts and give the fans, there's literally just crickety fucking merch all over the place, and fans were just freaking out. They didn't realize it was a fucking shit show. It was fucking awesome. We won.
Alright, but you did mention the record. What is your favorite song that you're looking forward to playing off of the record?
Personally, you start with yourself. I think we all have different.
Well, from the record, or I would say Silver Nights is my favorite.
Silver Nights. I'm looking forward to playing a song called Dancing in the Dark on the record.
We've been playing Video, which is still my favorite song on the records.
My favorite song is Lunatic. My favorite song to play, I would say, is more so Afterlight and Testify seems really awesome to play.
You have a favorite one to watch?
What's your favorite?
You who do not get to play the one.
I like Dancing in the Dark a lot. That was one of the first times I heard off the record, and I was like, this song rules. But I also like Silver Nights as well. I think that's a really independent song. It's really fun to watch. Independently playing for 10,000 people are going to be loving that.
Alright, we're gonna wrap, so is there anything you'd like the fans to do before we go?
That Silver Nights drops on
April 1st.
Well,
This is going to be
at
out.
this point,
probably.
It's probably already
If
out.
you don't have Silver Nights already,
Yeah.
pick it up right now. Hit me up, hit anyone up, and we will sell it to you, show you how to get it, and it'll be awesome. Best
Merch
purchase
now,
ever.
iTunes.
Anything you can think of. Best
Think
Buy.
that people are gonna comment about why I'm wearing a fucking onesie, and we're never gonna answer why. We're just gonna look and be like, why the fuck is that guy?
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
We're acting like this.
we're not gonna explain it. We're just gonna leave it as it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
nice.
Audio's still recording, so poopy pants.